Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, staring into the vast unknown below. Your heart races, your mind floods with questions, and doubt creeps in. What if you fall? What if you fail? This moment of uncertainty, this battle with doubt, is something we've all faced in one way or another. Even the greatest Stoic minds, like Marcus Aurelius, once stood at their own cliffs of doubt. As a Roman emperor, he faced the weight of an empire, the chaos of war, and the constant pressure to make decisions that would shape history. Yet, in his private writings, he confessed his struggles with doubt, questioning whether he was doing enough, whether he was worthy of the role he held. But here's the thing: he didn't let doubt paralyze him. Instead, he turned to Stoic principles to find clarity, courage, and resilience. And that's exactly what we're going to explore today. In this video, we'll dive into 25 powerful Stoic strategies to help you overcome doubt, whether it's in your career, relationships, or personal growth. These timeless tools have guided philosophers, leaders, and everyday people through moments of uncertainty, and they can do the same for you. So, if you've ever felt stuck in the grip of doubt, unsure of your next step, this video is for you. Let's uncover how Stoicism can help you face your cliffs with confidence and clarity. Now, let's dive into the first Stoic strategy, focusing on what you can control. At the heart of Stoicism lies the principle of the dichotomy of control, a simple yet profound idea that divides life into two categories: things within our control and things outside of it. Doubt often creeps in when we fixate on external outcomes, like whether we'll get the job, whether someone will like us, or whether things will go as planned. But here's the truth: we can't control these outcomes. What we can control is our effort, our attitude, and how we respond to whatever happens. Take preparing for a job interview, for example. You can't control whether the hiring manager will choose you, but you can control how thoroughly you prepare, how confidently you present yourself, and how you handle the questions. Similarly, in relationships, you can't control how someone else feels or acts, but you can control how you communicate, how you show up, and how you treat them. So how do you shift your focus inward? Start by identifying what's truly within your power. Ask yourself, what can I do right now to move forward? Then take action on those things. Let go of the rest. This doesn't mean ignoring external factors. It means accepting them as they are and focusing your energy where it matters most. By doing this, you'll find that doubt loses its grip, replaced by a sense of clarity and purpose. This principle isn't just theoretical, it's practical. Try this exercise. Write down 3 things you're worried about. Next to each, note what's within your control and what isn't. Then, focus only on the actions you can take. This simple practice can help you break free from the cycle of doubt and take meaningful steps forward. By embracing the dichotomy of control, you'll not only reduce doubt but also build resilience. You'll learn to navigate life's uncertainties with confidence, knowing that your power lies in how you choose to respond, and that's where true freedom begins. Now, let's move to the next strategy, where we'll explore how imagining the worst can actually help you overcome fear and doubt. Now, let's explore the second Stoic strategy, practicing negative visualization. This might sound counterintuitive at first. Why would imagining the worst help us overcome doubt? But the Stoics, like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, believed that by confronting our fears head-on, we could strip them of their power. Negative visualization is about preparing the mind for adversity, not to dwell on it, but to build resilience and clarity. Think of it like this: when you imagine the worst-case scenario, you're not inviting it to happen. Instead, you're training yourself to face it with courage and a plan. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, often practiced this. He would reflect on the loss of his wealth, his status, even his loved ones, not to torment himself, but to remind himself that these things are temporary and that he could endure their loss. Marcus Aurelius, too, used this technique to prepare for the challenges of ruling an empire. By visualizing setbacks, he was able to approach them with calm and rationality. So, how can you apply this in your own life? Let's say you're working on a big project at work or school. Instead of worrying about whether it will succeed, take a moment to imagine what would happen if it failed. What would you do next? How would you recover? By visualizing this scenario, you're not only preparing yourself for the possibility of failure, but you're also reducing the fear and doubt that come with uncertainty. Here's a simple exercise to try. Sit down and write out your worst-case scenario for a situation you're currently facing. Then, next to it, write down how you would respond. What steps would you take? Who could you turn to for support? By doing this, you'll find that the worst-case scenario loses its sting. You'll realize that even if things don't go as planned, you have the tools and the strength to handle it. Negative visualization isn't about pessimism, it's about empowerment. It's about facing the unknown with a clear mind and a plan so that when doubt creeps in, you're ready to meet it head-on. And that's where true confidence begins. Next, we'll shift our focus to the present moment and how living in the here and now can help you quiet the noise of doubt. Now, let's turn our attention to the third Stoic strategy, embracing the present moment. Doubt often thrives when our minds wander into the future, fixating on what might go wrong or what we can't control. The Stoics understood this well. They believed that by anchoring ourselves in the here and now, we could quiet the noise of uncertainty and find clarity. Think about it. How much of your doubt stems from overthinking the unknown? The future is, by its very nature, unpredictable. Yet we spend so much energy worrying about it, imagining all the ways things could go wrong. This overthinking doesn't just fuel anxiety. It robs us of the ability to fully experience and appreciate the present. Marcus Aurelius, in his meditations, often reminded himself to focus on the task at hand, to live fully in the moment rather than being consumed by what lay ahead. So, how can you bring this Stoic wisdom into your own life? Start by practicing mindfulness. This doesn't have to be complicated. It could be as simple as taking a few minutes each day to sit quietly, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Notice the sensations in your body, the sounds around you, the rhythm of your breathing. When your mind starts to drift toward worries about the future, gently bring it back to the present. Another powerful tool is journaling. At the end of each day, take a few moments to reflect on what you experienced. What moments brought you joy? What challenges did you face? By writing these down, you're not only grounding yourself in the present, but also creating a record of your resilience. Over time, you'll see patterns, times when you doubted yourself but still managed to move forward. This can be a powerful reminder that you're stronger than your doubts. The Stoics also encouraged gratitude as a way to stay present. Each morning, take a moment to list 3 things you're grateful for. It could be something as simple as a warm cup of coffee or a kind word from a friend. By focusing on what you have right now, you shift your attention away from what you fear might happen in the future. Embracing the present moment isn't about ignoring the future or pretending that challenges don't exist. It's about recognizing that the only moment we truly have control over is this one. By living fully in the present, you reduce the power of doubt and create space for clarity, confidence, and peace. Next, we'll explore how reflecting on past successes can help you build the confidence needed to overcome doubt. Now, let's shift our focus to the fourth Stoic strategy, reflecting on past successes. Doubt has a way of making us forget our own strength and resilience. It convinces us that we're not capable, that we've never succeeded before, and that failure is inevitable. But here's the truth: you've already overcome challenges in your life, even if doubt tries to make you believe otherwise. The Stoics, like Epictetus, understood the power of reflection. They believed that by looking back at our past victories, no matter how small, we could build the confidence needed to face future uncertainties. Epictetus often encouraged his students to reflect on their experiences, not to dwell on failures, but to remind themselves of their ability to persevere. He taught that every challenge we've faced and overcome is proof of our inner strength. So, how can you apply this Stoic practice in your own life? Start by taking a moment to think about a time when you doubted yourself but still managed to succeed. Maybe it was a difficult project at work, a tough conversation, or even a personal goal you thought was out of reach. Whatever it was, that moment is a testament to your resilience. To make this reflection more tangible, consider creating a personal success journal. Here's a simple step-by-step guide to get started. First, set aside a few minutes each day or week to write down your achievements, no matter how small they may seem. Did you handle a stressful situation with grace? Did you take a step toward a goal you've been putting off? Write it down. Over time, this journal will become a powerful reminder of your ability to overcome doubt and adversity. Next, include specific details about how you felt during those moments of success. What emotions did you experience? What thoughts helped you push through? By revisiting these details, you're not just recalling the event, you're reconnecting with the mindset that allowed you to succeed. This can be incredibly empowering when doubt creeps in again. Finally, use your success journal as a tool for growth. When you're facing a new challenge, flip through its pages. Remind yourself of the times you've doubted before but still came out on top. This practice isn't about boasting or dwelling on the past. It's about building a foundation of confidence that you can draw from whenever doubt tries to take hold. Reflecting on past successes is a powerful way to silence doubt and remind yourself of your own strength. It's a practice rooted in Stoic wisdom, one that can help you face the future with greater clarity and confidence. Coming up next, we'll explore how cultivating self-discipline can further strengthen your ability to overcome doubt. Now, let's turn our attention to the fifth Stoic strategy, cultivating self-discipline. Doubt often thrives in chaos, where inconsistency and lack of direction leave us feeling uncertain and overwhelmed. But self-discipline, one of the core virtues of Stoicism, acts as an anchor in these moments. It's not about rigid control or punishing yourself. It's about creating a structure that fosters consistency and resilience, two qualities that directly counteract doubt. The Stoics believed that self-discipline is the foundation of a virtuous life. By mastering our impulses and staying committed to our goals, we build the mental strength needed to face uncertainty with confidence. Think of self-discipline as a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. And just like a muscle, it starts with small, manageable steps. One practical way to cultivate self-discipline is by setting small, achievable goals. Instead of aiming for a massive, overwhelming target, break it down into smaller, more manageable tasks. For example, if you're working on a big project, focus on completing one section at a time. This not only makes the task less daunting, but also gives you a sense of accomplishment with each step forward. These small wins build momentum, helping you stay motivated even when doubt tries to creep in. Another effective strategy is tracking your progress daily. The Stoics were big believers in self-reflection, and keeping a record of your efforts can be incredibly empowering. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to review what you've accomplished. Did you stick to your plan? Did you make progress, no matter how small? Writing it down not only reinforces your commitment, but also provides a clear picture of how far you've come. Over time, this practice helps you see patterns in your behavior, allowing you to adjust and improve. It's also important to remember that self-discipline isn't about perfection. The Stoics understood that setbacks are inevitable, and they saw them as opportunities to learn and grow. If you miss a goal or fall short of your expectations, don't let doubt take over. Instead, reflect on what went wrong and how you can approach it differently next time. This mindset shift, from seeing failure as a defeat to viewing it as a lesson, is a key part of building resilience. Finally, surround yourself with reminders of your commitment. Whether it's a quote from Marcus Aurelius on your desk or a daily affirmation you repeat to yourself, these small cues can help you stay focused and motivated. Self-discipline is about creating habits that align with your values, and these reminders serve as a compass, guiding you back to your path whenever doubt tries to pull you off course. By cultivating self-discipline, you're not just building resilience, you're creating a life rooted in purpose and clarity. It's a powerful tool for overcoming doubt, one that empowers you to take control of your actions and ultimately your mindset. Next, we'll explore how accepting imperfection can further strengthen your ability to navigate doubt with grace and confidence. Now, let's shift our focus to the sixth Stoic strategy, accepting imperfection. Doubt often stems from the unrealistic expectation that we must be flawless in everything we do. But the Stoics remind us that imperfection is not only natural, it's an essential part of being human. By embracing our flaws, we can reduce the self-doubt that comes from striving for an unattainable ideal. The Stoics believed that recognizing and accepting our limitations is a form of wisdom. Marcus Aurelius, for example, often reflected on his own imperfections in his writings, acknowledging that even as a Roman emperor, he was prone to mistakes. This humility allowed him to approach challenges with a clear mind, free from the paralyzing fear of failure. When we accept that we are fallible, we free ourselves from the pressure to be perfect, and in doing so, we open the door to growth and self-compassion. One practical way to embrace imperfection is through a simple exercise, writing down your flaws. This might sound uncomfortable at first, but the goal isn't to criticize yourself, it's to acknowledge and accept these aspects of who you are. Take a moment to list a few areas where you feel you fall short. Maybe you struggle with procrastination, or perhaps you're overly critical of yourself. Whatever it is, write it down without judgment, then reflect on how these flaws have shaped you. Have they taught you resilience? Have they helped you develop empathy for others? By reframing your imperfections as opportunities for growth, you can begin to see them in a new light. Another Stoic practice is to remind yourself that everyone, no matter how accomplished, has flaws. Seneca often wrote about the universality of human error, emphasizing that even the wisest among us are not immune to mistakes. When you find yourself doubting your abilities, remember that you're not alone. Everyone struggles and everyone fails at times. What matters is how you respond to those failures. Do you let them define you, or do you use them as stepping stones to become better? Accepting imperfection also means letting go of the need for external validation. The Stoics taught that true confidence comes from within, not from the approval of others. When you stop seeking perfection, you free yourself from the endless cycle of comparison and self-doubt. Instead, you can focus on living in alignment with your values, even if it means making mistakes along the way. Finally, practice self-compassion. The Stoics believed in treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding we would offer a friend. When you stumble or fall short of your goals, don't berate yourself. Instead, remind yourself that imperfection is part of the human experience. Use it as an opportunity to learn, grow, and move forward with greater clarity and purpose. By accepting imperfection, you're not giving up on improvement. You're embracing a more realistic and compassionate approach to life. This mindset shift can be incredibly liberating, helping you navigate doubt with grace and resilience. Next, we'll explore how seeking wisdom rather than validation can further strengthen your ability to overcome doubt and live a more fulfilling life. Now, let's turn our attention to the seventh Stoic strategy, seeking wisdom, not validation. In a world where likes, comments, and followers often dictate our sense of self-worth, the Stoics offer a refreshing alternative. They believed that true fulfillment comes not from the approval of others, but from the pursuit of wisdom and self-improvement. When we rely on external validation, we give others the power to shape our confidence, leaving us vulnerable to doubt whenever their opinions shift. But when we focus on cultivating wisdom, we build an unshakable foundation of self-assurance that no outside judgment can shake. The Stoics understood that seeking validation is a losing game. No matter how much praise or recognition we receive, it will never be enough to silence our inner doubts. Marcus Aurelius, for instance, often reminded himself that the opinions of others were fleeting and ultimately irrelevant. He wrote, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." This insight highlights the paradox of seeking validation. We prioritize others' views over our own, even though we know ourselves better than anyone else. So, how can we break free from this cycle? Start by shifting your focus inward. Instead of asking, "What will others think?" ask yourself, "What do I truly value?" The Stoics believed that living in alignment with your core principles is the key to lasting confidence. Take time to reflect on what matters most to you, whether it's integrity, kindness, or resilience, and let those values guide your actions. When you make decisions based on your own standards rather than the expectations of others, you'll find that doubt begins to lose its grip. Another powerful strategy is to practice self-reflection. At the end of each day, ask yourself, did I act in accordance with my values today? This simple question helps you stay grounded in your pursuit of wisdom, rather than getting caught up in the pursuit of approval. If you find that you've strayed from your principles, don't beat yourself up. Instead, use it as an opportunity to learn and grow. The Stoics saw every mistake as a chance to become wiser, not as a reason to doubt yourself. It's also important to surround yourself with people who encourage your growth, not just your ego. The Stoics valued the company of virtuous individuals who inspired them to be better. Seek out friends and mentors who challenge you to think deeply and act with integrity, rather than those who simply flatter you. These relationships will help you stay focused on what truly matters, rather than getting distracted by the superficial allure of validation. Finally, remember that wisdom is a lifelong journey. Unlike validation, which is fleeting and external, wisdom grows with time and effort. Each day, you have the opportunity to learn something new, to deepen your understanding of yourself and the world around you. Embrace this process and let it become your source of confidence. When you stop seeking validation and start seeking wisdom, you'll find that doubt no longer holds you back. It becomes a stepping stone on your path to becoming the best version of yourself. Next, we'll explore how practicing gratitude can shift your perspective and help you overcome doubt by focusing on what's already abundant in your life. Now, let's shift our focus to the 8th Stoic strategy, practicing gratitude. In a world where it's easy to fixate on what's missing or what's going wrong, gratitude offers a powerful way to reframe our perspective. The Stoics understood that doubt often stems from focusing on what we lack, whether it's success, approval, or material possessions. But when we take a moment to appreciate what we already have, we create a mental shift that reduces doubt and fosters contentment. Gratitude in the Stoic tradition isn't just about feeling thankful. It's about actively recognizing the abundance in our lives, even in the face of challenges. Marcus Aurelius, for example, began each day by reflecting on the things he was grateful for, no matter how small. He wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." This simple practice helped him start his day with a sense of purpose and clarity, rather than being weighed down by doubt or worry. So, how can you incorporate gratitude into your daily life? One effective method is to establish a morning gratitude ritual. Take a few moments each day, perhaps while sipping your coffee or tea, to mentally list 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be grand or extraordinary. It could be as simple as the warmth of the sun, a kind word from a friend, or the opportunity to learn something new. By starting your day with gratitude, you set a positive tone that can carry you through challenges with greater resilience. Another modern adaptation of this Stoic practice is keeping a gratitude journal. At the end of each day, write down 3 things you're thankful for. This exercise not only helps you focus on the good in your life, but also creates a tangible record of positivity that you can revisit during difficult times. Over time, you'll begin to notice patterns. Perhaps you're consistently grateful for your relationships, your health, or even small moments of joy. These insights can help you identify what truly matters to you, reducing the power of doubt by reminding you of the abundance you already possess. Gratitude also has a way of putting challenges into perspective. When we're faced with setbacks or uncertainty, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. But by practicing gratitude, we can remind ourselves that even in difficult times, there are still things to appreciate. For instance, if you're struggling at work, you might focus on the skills you're developing or the support of your colleagues. This shift in focus doesn't erase the challenges, but it helps you approach them with a more balanced mindset. The Stoics believed that gratitude was a form of wisdom, a way of seeing the world as it truly is, rather than through the lens of fear or lack. By practicing gratitude, you train your mind to look for the good, even in situations that might otherwise fuel doubt. Over time, this habit can transform your outlook, helping you feel more grounded, confident, and at peace. As we move forward, we'll explore how detaching from outcomes can further strengthen your ability to overcome doubt by focusing on what's within your control. Now, let's turn our attention to the 9th Stoic strategy, detaching from outcomes. One of the most profound teachings of Stoicism is the idea that we should focus on our efforts rather than the results. This principle is especially powerful when it comes to overcoming doubt, as it shifts our attention away from external factors we can't control and toward the actions we can take. The Stoics believe that doubt often arises when we become too attached to specific outcomes. For example, an athlete might doubt their abilities if they fixate on winning a competition, or an entrepreneur might feel overwhelmed if they obsess over the success of a new venture. But by focusing on the effort, the training, the preparation, the hard work, we can reduce doubt and find satisfaction in the process itself. Consider the story of an Olympic runner who trains for years, dedicating countless hours to perfecting their craft. While they may hope to win a medal, the Stoic approach would encourage them to focus on the discipline and effort they put into their training. Even if they don't achieve the desired outcome, they can take pride in knowing they gave it their all. This mindset not only reduces doubt but also builds resilience, as it teaches us to value the journey over the destination. So, how can you apply this Stoic principle in your own life? Start by identifying areas where you feel overly attached to outcomes. Maybe it's a project at work, a personal goal, or even a relationship. Once you've pinpointed these areas, shift your focus to the effort you're putting in. Ask yourself, am I doing my best? Am I acting with integrity and intention? By concentrating on these questions, you can detach from the outcome and find peace in the process. Another practical step is to set intentions rather than expectations. For instance, instead of saying, "I need to get a promotion," you might say, "I will work diligently and contribute my best to the team." This subtle shift in language helps you focus on what you can control, your actions, while letting go of the outcome, which is ultimately beyond your control. Detaching from outcomes doesn't mean you stop caring about results. It simply means you stop letting them define your self-worth or dictate your emotions. The Stoics understood that life is unpredictable and outcomes are often influenced by factors outside our control. By focusing on effort, you can approach challenges with confidence, knowing that you've done everything within your power to succeed. As we continue, we'll explore how developing a Stoic morning routine can further strengthen your ability to overcome doubt by starting each day with intention and clarity. Now let's shift our focus to the 10th Stoic strategy, developing a Stoic morning routine. How you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows, and the Stoics understood this well. By beginning your morning with intentional practices rooted in Stoic philosophy, you can build mental resilience, clarity, and a sense of purpose that carries you through the day. A Stoic morning routine isn't about adding more tasks to your plate. It's about creating space for reflection and grounding yourself in what truly matters. One of the most effective ways to do this is by dedicating time to read Stoic texts. Whether it's a passage from Marcus Aurelius' Meditations, Seneca's letters, or Epictetus' teachings, immersing yourself in these timeless ideas can help you align your mindset with Stoic principles. Even just 5 to 10 minutes of reading can provide a powerful reminder of what's within your control and what's not, helping you approach the day with calm and focus. Another key element of a Stoic morning routine is setting intentions. Instead of jumping straight into your to-do list, take a moment to ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be today? How can I act with virtue in the face of challenges? This simple practice helps you clarify your values and align your actions with them, reducing doubt and increasing confidence in your decisions. Here's a step-by-step guide to creating your own Stoic morning routine. First, wake up a little earlier than usual to carve out quiet time for yourself. Even an extra 15 minutes can make a difference. Begin with a moment of stillness, sit quietly, take a few deep breaths and center your mind. This helps you start the day with presence rather than rushing into distractions. Next, spend a few minutes reading a Stoic text. Choose something that resonates with you, whether it's a single quote or a longer passage. Reflect on how it applies to your life and the challenges you might face that day. After reading, set your intentions. Write down 1 or 2 virtues you want to embody, such as courage, patience, or kindness, and think about how you can practice them in specific situations. For example, if you have a difficult meeting, you might focus on maintaining composure and listening with empathy. Finally, end your routine with a brief gratitude practice. Reflect on 3 things you're grateful for, no matter how small. This shifts your focus to what's going well in your life, helping you approach the day with a positive mindset. By consistently following a Stoic morning routine, you'll build mental resilience and a sense of inner stability that helps you navigate doubt and uncertainty with greater ease. It's not about perfection, it's about starting each day with intention and aligning your actions with your values. As we move forward, we'll explore how using reason to challenge doubt can further strengthen your Stoic practice, helping you dismantle irrational fears and approach life with clarity and confidence. Now, let's turn our attention to the 11th Stoic strategy, using reason to challenge doubt. The Stoics were masters of logic, and they believed that many of our fears and doubts stem from irrational thinking. By applying reason, we can dismantle these fears and see them for what they truly are, often exaggerated or unfounded. This strategy is about stepping back, examining your thoughts, and asking yourself the right questions to gain clarity. One of the most powerful tools the Stoics used was the practice of questioning their doubts. When you feel uncertain or anxious, pause and ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? This might sound counterintuitive, but it's a way to confront your fears head-on. Often, you'll find that the worst-case scenario isn't as catastrophic as your mind makes it out to be. For example, if you're worried about a presentation at work, the worst that could happen might be stumbling over your words or receiving constructive feedback. Neither of these outcomes is life-threatening, and both are opportunities for growth. Next, ask yourself, how likely is it that this worst-case scenario will actually happen? Many of our doubts are based on exaggerated probabilities. The Stoics understood that our minds tend to amplify risks, especially when we're emotionally charged. By assessing the likelihood of your fears coming true, you can put them into perspective. For instance, if you're anxious about a flight, remind yourself that statistically, flying is one of the safest modes of transportation. This logical approach helps you see that your fear is disproportionate to the actual risk. Another question to ask is, what can I do to prepare for this situation? This shifts your focus from worry to action. The Stoics believed in preparing for challenges rather than avoiding them. If you're concerned about a difficult conversation, for example, you might rehearse what you want to say or anticipate possible responses. This not only reduces doubt but also empowers you to handle the situation with confidence. Finally, consider asking, what's the best that could happen? While it's important to confront your fears, it's equally valuable to envision positive outcomes. This balanced approach helps you avoid catastrophizing and keeps your perspective grounded. For example, if you're nervous about starting a new project, remind yourself of the potential rewards learning new skills, achieving a goal, or even inspiring others. By using reason to challenge your doubts, you can break free from the grip of irrational fears and approach life with greater clarity and confidence. This Stoic practice isn't about denying your emotions, it's about understanding them and responding with wisdom. As we move forward, we'll explore how embracing adversity as growth can further strengthen your ability to overcome doubt and thrive in the face of challenges. Now, let's shift our focus to the 12th Stoic strategy, embracing adversity as growth. The Stoics had a unique perspective on challenges. They didn't see them as obstacles to avoid, but as opportunities to build strength and resilience. This mindset is rooted in the belief that adversity is not something to fear but something to welcome, as it shapes us into better, more capable individuals. Take the example of Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers and a Roman emperor. Despite facing immense challenges during his reign, wars, political turmoil, and personal loss, he viewed each difficulty as a chance to practice virtue and grow stronger. In his writings, he often reflected on how adversity was a teacher, revealing his true character and helping him develop patience, courage, and wisdom. His ability to reframe setbacks as opportunities for growth allowed him to lead with clarity and purpose, even in the most trying times. Similarly, Epictetus, who was born into slavery, used his hardships as a foundation for his philosophy. He taught that while we can't control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. By embracing adversity, we transform it into a tool for self-improvement. For instance, if you face a setback at work, such as a missed promotion, instead of viewing it as a failure, you can see it as a chance to reflect on your skills, identify areas for improvement, and set new goals. This shift in perspective turns a negative experience into a stepping stone for growth. To apply this Stoic strategy in your own life, start by reframing your challenges. When you encounter a difficult situation, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Or how can this make me stronger? For example, if you're dealing with a health issue, instead of focusing on the pain or frustration, consider how it might teach you patience, resilience, or gratitude for the good days. By viewing adversity as a teacher, you can approach it with curiosity and determination rather than fear or resistance. Another practical step is to keep a journal where you document your challenges and the lessons you've learned from them. This not only helps you process your experiences, but also serves as a reminder of how far you've come. Over time, you'll begin to see patterns in how adversity has shaped your character and strengthened your resolve. The Stoic approach to adversity is not about pretending that challenges don't hurt or that setbacks are easy. It's about recognizing that growth often comes through struggle. By embracing adversity as an opportunity to learn and improve, you can transform doubt and fear into strength and confidence. As we move forward, we'll explore how limiting external influences can further help you focus on what truly matters and reduce unnecessary doubt in your life. Now, let's turn our attention to the 13th Stoic strategy, limiting external influences. In today's world, we're constantly bombarded with information, opinions, and distractions, especially through platforms like social media. While these tools can connect us, they can also amplify doubt by exposing us to endless comparisons, negativity, and noise. The Stoics understood the importance of guarding our minds against external chaos, and their wisdom is more relevant than ever. Consider how social media often fuels self-doubt. Scrolling through curated highlight reels of others' lives can make us question our own achievements, appearance, or worth. The Stoics would argue that this is a distraction from what truly matters, our own values, goals, and inner peace. Marcus Aurelius, for instance, often reminded himself to focus on his own path rather than being swayed by the opinions or actions of others. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. To apply this Stoic principle, start by auditing your daily habits." How much time do you spend consuming content that doesn't serve you? Are you allowing external voices to shape your self-worth or decisions? One practical step is to set boundaries with social media. For example, designate specific times of the day to check your accounts and avoid mindless scrolling. You might even consider taking regular breaks or deleting apps that drain your energy. The goal isn't to isolate yourself, but to create space for activities that align with your values and bring you closer to your goals. Another Stoic-inspired strategy is to curate your environment intentionally. Surround yourself with people, books, and media that inspire and uplift you rather than provoke doubt or anxiety. Epictetus taught that we should be selective about what we allow into our minds, as these influences shape our thoughts and emotions. Ask yourself, does this person, conversation, or piece of content contribute to my growth or distract from it? By being mindful of your inputs, you can protect your mental clarity and focus on what truly matters. Finally, replace external distractions with meaningful activities. Instead of turning to social media for validation, invest your time in hobbies, learning, or connecting with loved ones. The Stoics believed in the power of purposeful action, doing things that align with your values and bring you closer to your best self. Whether it's reading, exercising, or volunteering, these activities not only reduce doubt but also build a sense of fulfillment and purpose. Limiting external influences isn't about shutting out the world entirely. It's about creating a mindful balance that allows you to focus on what you can control: your thoughts, actions, and choices. By reducing exposure to negativity and distractions, you can cultivate a clearer, more confident mindset. Next, we'll explore how practicing voluntary discomfort can further strengthen your resilience and help you overcome doubt. Now, let's shift our focus to the 14th Stoic strategy, practicing voluntary discomfort. At first glance, this might sound counterintuitive. Why would anyone willingly choose to endure discomfort? But the Stoics believed that intentionally facing small hardships could prepare us for life's inevitable challenges, building resilience and reducing doubt in the process. By stepping out of our comfort zones, we train our minds to remain calm and focused, even in difficult situations. Think about it this way: when we avoid discomfort, we become more sensitive to it. Over time, this can make even minor setbacks feel overwhelming. But by embracing discomfort voluntarily, we desensitize ourselves to fear and uncertainty. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that hardship is a natural part of life, writing, "The obstacle is the way." In other words, challenges aren't something to avoid, they're opportunities to grow stronger and more capable. So, how can you start practicing voluntary discomfort in your own life? Begin with small, manageable challenges. For example, try taking a cold shower in the morning. It might feel unpleasant at first, but over time, you'll notice how it sharpens your focus and builds mental toughness. Another option is intermittent fasting, which not only has physical benefits but also teaches discipline and self-control. These practices might seem minor, but they have a powerful cumulative effect on your ability to handle stress and uncertainty. The key is to approach these challenges with intention. Instead of viewing them as punishments, see them as opportunities to strengthen your mind and character. Epictetus once said, "Difficulties are things that show what men are." By willingly facing discomfort, you prove to yourself that you're capable of enduring and thriving, even when things get tough. This builds confidence and reduces doubt because you know you've already overcome smaller challenges. Voluntary discomfort also helps you appreciate the comforts you already have. When you intentionally step away from convenience, even for a short time, you gain a deeper sense of gratitude for the things you often take for granted. This shift in perspective can be incredibly grounding, helping you focus on what truly matters rather than getting caught up in trivial worries. As you incorporate this practice into your life, remember that the goal isn't to make yourself miserable, it's to build resilience and mental clarity. Start small and gradually increase the difficulty as you become more comfortable with discomfort. Over time, you'll find that you're better equipped to handle life's uncertainties and doubt will have less power over you. Next, we'll explore how defining your values can serve as a guiding light during moments of doubt, helping you stay true to yourself no matter what challenges arise. Now, let's turn our attention to the 15th Stoic strategy, defining your values. The Stoics placed immense importance on living in alignment with one's core principles, believing that clarity about what truly matters to us serves as a compass during moments of doubt. When we know our values, we can make decisions with confidence, even in the face of uncertainty. This strategy isn't just about knowing what you stand for. It's about using those values to guide your actions and thoughts, especially when doubt tries to pull you off course. So, how do you begin to define your values? Start by reflecting on what matters most to you. Ask yourself questions like, what kind of person do I want to be? Or, what principles do I want to live by? These questions might seem simple, but they can reveal deep truths about your priorities. For example, if you value honesty, you'll know that staying true to your word is non-negotiable even when it's difficult. If you value compassion, you'll strive to treat others with kindness even in challenging situations. Once you've identified your core values, write them down. This act of putting them into words makes them tangible and easier to reference when doubt creeps in. Think of your values as a personal mission statement, a set of guiding principles that keep you grounded. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself of his values through his journaling, using his writings as a way to stay aligned with what he believed in. You can do the same by creating a list of your values and revisiting it regularly. Now, let's put this into practice. Take a moment to think about a recent situation where you felt uncertain or doubtful. How might your values have guided you differently? For instance, if you value courage, perhaps you would have taken that risk you were hesitant about. If you value growth, maybe you would have seen the challenge as an opportunity to learn rather than a setback. By aligning your actions with your values, you not only reduce doubt but also build a stronger sense of purpose. Defining your values also helps you filter out distractions. In a world full of noise and competing demands, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. But when you have a clear set of values, you can say no to things that don't align with them and yes to what does. This clarity simplifies decision-making and reduces the mental clutter that often fuels doubt. As you continue to live by your values, you'll notice how they become a source of strength. They remind you of who you are and what you stand for, even when external circumstances are uncertain. Epictetus once said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." By defining your values, you take the first step toward becoming the person you aspire to be, and that clarity can silence even the loudest doubts. Next, we'll explore how reflecting on mortality can provide a powerful perspective shift, helping you focus on what truly matters and reducing anxiety about the smaller things in life. Now, let's shift our focus to the 16th Stoic strategy, reflecting on mortality. This practice, known as memento mori, Latin for remember you must die, might sound intense at first, but it's a powerful tool for gaining perspective and reducing doubt. The Stoics believed that by regularly contemplating the inevitability of death, we can strip away the distractions and anxieties that cloud our judgment, allowing us to focus on what truly matters. At its core, memento mori isn't about dwelling on fear or sadness. Instead, it's a reminder of life's impermanence, urging us to live with intention and purpose. When we acknowledge that our time is limited, the small worries that often consume us, like what others think of us or whether we'll succeed in a particular endeavor, start to lose their grip. Suddenly, the things that once seemed so important fade into the background, and we're left with a clearer sense of what deserves our energy and attention. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, often reflected on mortality in his personal writings. He saw it as a way to stay grounded and focused on his duties as a leader and as a human being. By reminding himself that life is fleeting, he was able to approach challenges with a sense of calm and clarity, knowing that even the most difficult moments would pass. This perspective can be incredibly liberating when doubt tries to take hold. It reminds us that many of the things we worry about are temporary and, in the grand scheme of things, not as significant as they feel in the moment. So, how can you incorporate this practice into your life? Start by setting aside a few moments each day to reflect on the brevity of life. You might think about how you'd want to be remembered or consider what you'd prioritize if you knew your time was limited. This isn't meant to be morbid, it's about gaining clarity and motivation. For example, if you're hesitating to pursue a dream or mend a broken relationship, reflecting on mortality can push you to take action, knowing that opportunities aren't infinite. Another way to practice memento mori is to use physical reminders. The Stoics often kept symbols of mortality, like skulls or hourglasses, as prompts to stay mindful of life's impermanence. In modern times, you might use a simple object like a stone or a piece of jewelry as a personal reminder to live intentionally. Every time you see it, let it bring you back to the present moment and help you focus on what truly matters. By embracing this practice, you'll find that doubt loses much of its power. When you're reminded of life's brevity, the fear of failure or judgment becomes less overwhelming. Instead, you're motivated to act in alignment with your values and make the most of the time you have. As Seneca wisely said, "It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Reflecting on mortality helps us reclaim that time and live with purpose. Next, we'll explore how surrounding yourself with virtuous people can strengthen your resolve and provide support during moments of doubt. Now, let's turn our attention to the 17th Stoic strategy, surrounding yourself with virtuous people. The Stoics placed immense value on the company we keep, believing that the people around us have a profound influence on our thoughts, actions, and overall well-being. As Epictetus once said, "You become what you give your attention to." This means that if you surround yourself with individuals who embody wisdom, integrity, and resilience, you're more likely to cultivate those qualities within yourself. On the other hand, spending time with those who are negative, self-centered, or driven by superficial goals can amplify doubt and distract you from your own growth. The Stoics understood that human beings are deeply social creatures, and our environment shapes us in ways we often don't even realize. Marcus Aurelius, for example, often reflected on the importance of learning from others. He surrounded himself with mentors, advisors, and friends who challenged him to think critically and act virtuously. By doing so, he was able to stay grounded and focused, even in the face of immense pressure as a Roman emperor. This principle applies just as much today. When you're surrounded by people who inspire you to be your best self, doubt has less room to take root. So, how can you build a community of virtuous individuals? Start by evaluating your current relationships. Ask yourself, do the people in my life encourage me to grow, or do they pull me down? Are they supportive when I face challenges, or do they amplify my insecurities? This doesn't mean you need to cut people out of your life entirely, but it does mean being intentional about who you spend the most time with. Seek out those who share your values and inspire you to live with purpose. One practical way to do this is to join groups or communities that align with your interests and goals. Whether it's a book club, a philosophy discussion group, or a volunteer organization, being part of a community that values growth and self-improvement can provide a strong foundation for overcoming doubt. These connections not only offer support but also serve as a reminder that you're not alone in your struggles. As Seneca wrote, associate with people who are likely to improve you. Welcome those whom you are capable of improving. Another key aspect is to actively seek out mentors or role models who embody the qualities you admire. This could be someone in your personal life, like a teacher or a colleague, or even a historical figure whose writings and actions inspire you. By studying their lives and learning from their experiences, you can gain valuable insights and strategies for navigating your own challenges. Remember, the goal isn't to compare yourself to others, but to draw inspiration and guidance from their example. Finally, don't underestimate the power of being a virtuous influence yourself. As you strive to live with integrity and purpose, you'll naturally attract like-minded individuals. By embodying the qualities you admire, you create a positive ripple effect, not only in your own life but in the lives of those around you. This mutual support and encouragement can be a powerful antidote to doubt, helping you stay focused on what truly matters. Surrounding yourself with virtuous people isn't just about finding comfort, it's about creating an environment that fosters growth, resilience, and clarity. When you're supported by a community that values wisdom and virtue, doubt becomes easier to manage and your path forward becomes clearer. Next, we'll explore how letting go of what you can't change can free you from unnecessary worry and help you focus on what's within your control. Now let's shift our focus to the 18th Stoic strategy, letting go of what you can't change. This principle is at the heart of Stoic philosophy and serves as a powerful tool for overcoming doubt. The Stoics believed that much of our suffering comes from trying to control things that are beyond our influence. By learning to distinguish between what we can and cannot change, we free ourselves from unnecessary worry and redirect our energy toward what truly matters. Think about it this way: life is full of uncertainties and many of them are completely outside our control. The weather, other people's opinions, or even the outcome of a project at work. These are all examples of external factors that can easily fuel doubt if we let them. The Stoics, however, teach us to focus on what's within our control, our thoughts, actions, and responses. As Epictetus famously said, some things are within our power while others are not. Within our power are opinion, motivation, desire, and aversion. In a word, whatever is of our own doing. So how can you put this principle into practice? One effective exercise is to create a simple list. Take a piece of paper and divide it into 2 columns. In the first column, write down all the things that are causing you doubt or anxiety. Then, in the second column, identify which of these are within your control and which are not. For example, if you're worried about an upcoming presentation, you can't control how your audience will react, but you can control how well you prepare and deliver your message. This exercise helps you visualize where your energy is best spent and reminds you to let go of what's beyond your influence. Another practical technique is the release ritual. When you find yourself fixating on something you can't change, take a moment to acknowledge it, then consciously let it go. You might imagine placing that worry in a box and setting it aside, or even writing it down on a piece of paper and tearing it up. The act of physically or mentally releasing the concern can help you detach from it and refocus on what you can do. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on this idea in his meditations, reminding himself that external events are indifferent. They only gain power over us if we allow them to. By practicing this mindset, you can reduce the grip that doubt has on your life. Instead of wasting energy on things you can't change, you'll find yourself more focused, resilient, and at peace. Letting go doesn't mean giving up or being passive. It means accepting reality as it is and directing your efforts toward what you can influence. This shift in perspective not only reduces doubt but also empowers you to take meaningful action. Next, we'll explore how daily reflection can help you process your experiences and build self-awareness, further strengthening your ability to overcome doubt. Now let's turn our attention to the 19th Stoic strategy, practicing daily reflection. This habit, deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, is a powerful way to process doubts, learn from your experiences, and build self-awareness. The Stoics believed that taking time each evening to reflect on the day's events was essential for personal growth and mental clarity. It's not just about reviewing what happened, but also about understanding your reactions, decisions, and emotions. Imagine ending your day with a moment of quiet introspection. This isn't about dwelling on mistakes or regrets, but rather about gaining insight and perspective. Marcus Aurelius, for example, was known for his nightly reflections, which he recorded in his personal writings. He used this practice to examine his actions, align himself with his values, and prepare for the challenges of the next day. By making reflection a daily habit, you can create a space to process doubts, celebrate small victories, and identify areas for improvement. So, how can you incorporate this practice into your life? Start by setting aside 10 to 15 minutes each evening. Find a quiet place where you can sit undisturbed and grab a notebook or journal. Begin by asking yourself a few simple questions. What went well today? What challenges did I face? How did I respond to those challenges? Did my actions align with my values? These questions help you evaluate your day with honesty and clarity. To make this even more structured, here's a simple template you can follow. First, write down 3 things you're grateful for from the day. Gratitude shifts your focus to the positive, helping you end the day on a hopeful note. Next, identify one moment where you felt doubt or uncertainty. Reflect on why it arose and how you handled it. Did you respond with patience and wisdom, or did fear take over? Finally, set one intention for tomorrow. This could be a small goal, a mindset you want to adopt, or a specific action you'd like to take. Writing it down helps you start the next day with purpose. This practice isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Some days your reflections might feel profound, other days they might seem mundane. That's okay. The key is consistency. Over time, you'll notice patterns in your thoughts and behaviors which can help you better understand and manage your doubts. You'll also develop a deeper sense of self-awareness, allowing you to respond to challenges with greater resilience and clarity. Daily reflection is like a mental reset button. It helps you process the day's events, release lingering doubts, and prepare for what's ahead. By making this a regular habit, you'll not only strengthen your Stoic mindset, but also cultivate a sense of calm and confidence that carries over into every aspect of your life. Next, we'll explore how simplifying your life can create clarity and reduce doubt, helping you focus on what truly matters. Now, let's shift our focus to the 20th Stoic strategy, simplifying your life. In a world filled with constant noise, distractions, and endless demands, Stoicism teaches us the value of living simply and intentionally. By reducing the clutter in both our physical and mental spaces, we create room for clarity, focus, and peace of mind. This practice isn't just about tidying up your surroundings, it's about aligning your life with what truly matters, so you can navigate doubt with greater ease. The Stoics believed that excess, whether in possessions, commitments, or even thoughts, weighs us down and clouds our judgment. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself to strip away the unnecessary, focusing only on what was essential. He understood that a cluttered life leads to a cluttered mind, making it harder to see clearly and act with purpose. By simplifying, we remove the distractions that amplify doubt and create space for what aligns with our values and goals. So, how can you start simplifying your life? Begin with your physical environment. Take a look at your living and working spaces. Are they filled with items you no longer need or use? Clutter can be a constant reminder of unfinished tasks or unmet expectations, which can fuel doubt and anxiety. Set aside time to declutter, keeping only what serves a purpose or brings you joy. This process isn't just about creating a cleaner space, it's about creating a calmer mind. Next, turn your attention to your mental clutter. Are you overwhelmed by endless to-do lists, social media noise, or the pressure to keep up with others? Stoicism encourages us to let go of what doesn't serve our growth or well-being. Start by identifying the thoughts and habits that drain your energy or create unnecessary stress. For example, if you find yourself constantly comparing your life to others, remind yourself that external validation is fleeting and often misleading. Focus instead on your own journey and the progress you're making. Another way to simplify is to prioritize your commitments. It's easy to say yes to everything, but this often leads to burnout and doubt. Ask yourself, does this align with my values? Does it bring me closer to my goals? If the answer is no, it's okay to let it go. By being intentional with your time and energy, you create space for what truly matters, reducing the noise that fuels uncertainty. Simplifying your life also means embracing minimalism in your thoughts. The Stoics practiced mental discipline, focusing on what they could control and letting go of what they couldn't. When doubt arises, ask yourself, is this within my control? If not, release it. If it is, focus on taking small, actionable steps rather than getting lost in overthinking. This shift in mindset helps you approach challenges with clarity and confidence. By simplifying your life, you create a foundation of calm and focus that makes it easier to navigate doubt. It's not about perfection or eliminating every source of stress. It's about creating a life that feels intentional and aligned with your values. As you declutter your physical and mental spaces, you'll find that doubt loses its grip, replaced by a sense of purpose and clarity. Next, we'll explore how using affirmations wisely can help you reframe your thoughts and strengthen your Stoic mindset. Now, let's turn our attention to the 21st Stoic strategy, using affirmations wisely. While modern affirmations often focus on positive thinking and self-empowerment, Stoic affirmations take a slightly different approach. Instead of simply repeating uplifting phrases, Stoic self-talk is rooted in reason, self-awareness, and a deep understanding of what is within our control. This distinction is crucial because it helps us build a mindset that is not only positive but also grounded in reality. For example, a common modern affirmation might be, "I am successful in everything I do." While this can feel motivating in the moment, it risks setting unrealistic expectations. Stoic affirmations, on the other hand, are more about aligning our thoughts with truth and resilience. A Stoic affirmation might sound like, "I am not defined by external events," or "I choose to focus on what I can control." These statements remind us that our worth and peace of mind come from within, not from outside circumstances. So, how can you use Stoic affirmations effectively? Start by identifying the areas of your life where doubt tends to creep in. Is it in your career, relationships, or personal goals? Once you've pinpointed these areas, craft affirmations that address them directly but with a Stoic twist. For instance, if you often doubt your abilities at work, you might say, "I focus on doing my best regardless of the outcome." This shifts your mindset from seeking external validation to valuing your effort and integrity. Another key aspect of Stoic affirmations is their focus on acceptance. Unlike modern affirmations that sometimes encourage us to ignore challenges, Stoic self-talk acknowledges difficulties while reminding us of our ability to endure and grow. For example, instead of saying, "Everything will work out perfectly," a Stoic affirmation might be, "I accept what I cannot change and focus on what I can." This approach helps us face uncertainty with courage rather than avoidance. To make Stoic affirmations a regular part of your life, try incorporating them into your daily routine. You might repeat them during your morning meditation, write them in a journal, or even use them as mantras during moments of stress. The goal is to internalize these truths so they become second nature, guiding your thoughts and actions even in challenging situations. It's also important to remember that Stoic affirmations are not about denying reality or suppressing emotions. They're about reframing your perspective in a way that empowers you. For instance, if you're feeling overwhelmed by a setback, a Stoic affirmation like, "This is an opportunity to grow stronger," can help you see the situation as a chance to build resilience rather than a source of despair. By using affirmations wisely, you create a mental framework that supports your Stoic practice. These affirmations act as gentle reminders to stay grounded, focus on what matters, and approach life with clarity and purpose. As you integrate them into your daily life, you'll find that they help you navigate doubt with greater confidence and calm. Next, we'll explore how focusing on the process rather than the outcome can further strengthen your Stoic mindset. Now, let's shift our focus to the 22nd Stoic strategy, focusing on the process, not the outcome. This principle is deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, which teaches us to value effort and intention over the results we can't always control. When we fixate on outcomes, we often invite doubt and anxiety into our lives, worrying about whether we'll succeed or fail. But when we shift our attention to the process, the actions we take, the habits we build, and the mindset we cultivate, we reclaim our power and find greater peace in the journey. Consider the world of sports, for example. A professional athlete doesn't step onto the field thinking solely about winning the championship. Instead, they focus on the daily grind, perfecting their technique, maintaining their physical fitness, and staying mentally sharp. By dedicating themselves to the process, they not only improve their skills but also reduce the pressure and doubt that come with fixating on the final score. The same principle applies to business. Entrepreneurs who obsess over immediate success often burn out or lose motivation when results don't come quickly. But those who focus on building a strong foundation, developing their product, connecting with customers, and learning from setbacks are more likely to thrive in the long run, even when the path is uncertain. In the arts, this approach is equally powerful. A writer, for instance, might feel overwhelmed by the idea of completing an entire novel. But if they focus on the process, writing a single page each day, refining their craft, and staying committed to their creative vision, they gradually build momentum and confidence. The outcome, whether it's a bestseller or not, becomes secondary to the satisfaction of creating something meaningful. So, how can you apply this Stoic strategy to your own life? Start by identifying areas where you tend to fixate on outcomes. Are you overly concerned with getting a promotion, achieving a specific goal, or receiving recognition? Once you've pinpointed these areas, shift your focus to the steps you can take each day to move closer to your objectives. For example, instead of worrying about whether you'll land your dream job, concentrate on improving your skills, networking with others, and preparing thoroughly for interviews. By valuing the effort you put in, you'll not only reduce doubt but also find greater fulfillment in the process itself. Another key aspect of this strategy is embracing imperfection. When we focus on the process, we accept that mistakes and setbacks are part of growth. A Stoic mindset reminds us that failure isn't something to fear but an opportunity to learn and improve. For instance, if you're learning a new skill like playing an instrument, don't let the fear of hitting wrong notes hold you back. Instead, celebrate the progress you make with each practice session, knowing that every effort brings you closer to mastery. To make this approach a habit, try setting small, process-oriented goals. Instead of aiming to lose 20 pounds, focus on eating healthier meals and exercising regularly. Instead of striving to write a book in a month, commit to writing for 30 minutes each day. These small, consistent actions not only build momentum, but also help you stay grounded in the present moment, where doubt has less power to take hold. By focusing on the process, you align yourself with the Stoic belief that effort is its own reward. This mindset not only reduces doubt, but also cultivates resilience, patience, and a deeper appreciation for the journey. As you integrate this strategy into your life, you'll find that the outcomes, while still important, no longer dictate your sense of worth or peace of mind. Next, we'll explore how building mental resilience through challenges can further strengthen your Stoic practice. Now, let's turn our attention to the 23rd Stoic strategy, building mental resilience through challenges. The Stoics believed that life's obstacles are not just random setbacks but deliberate tests of character. Instead of seeing challenges as something to avoid, they viewed them as opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. This mindset shift is crucial for overcoming doubt, as it transforms adversity into a tool for personal development. Think of challenges as a gym for your mind. Just as lifting weights strengthens your muscles, facing difficulties strengthens your mental resilience. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who endured slavery and exile, famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This perspective encourages us to see every challenge as a chance to practice virtues like courage, patience, and perseverance. For example, if you're dealing with a difficult project at work, instead of feeling overwhelmed, remind yourself that this is an opportunity to sharpen your problem-solving skills and build confidence in your abilities. One practical way to reframe challenges is to ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Whether it's a failed business venture, a strained relationship, or a personal setback, there's always a lesson to be found. Maybe it's teaching you humility, resilience, or the importance of adaptability. By focusing on the growth potential, you shift your mindset from victimhood to empowerment. This doesn't mean ignoring the difficulty of the situation, but rather choosing to see it as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. Another Stoic strategy for building resilience is to practice voluntary discomfort. This might sound counterintuitive, but intentionally putting yourself in challenging situations like taking cold showers, fasting, or tackling a difficult task can prepare you for life's inevitable hardships. These small acts of discomfort train your mind to stay calm and focused under pressure, making it easier to handle larger challenges when they arise. Over time, you'll find that what once seemed insurmountable becomes manageable, and your confidence in your ability to overcome doubt grows. It's also important to remember that resilience isn't about never feeling doubt or fear, it's about moving forward despite them. The Stoics understood that emotions are natural, but they emphasized the importance of not letting those emotions control your actions. When faced with a challenge, take a moment to acknowledge your feelings, but then ask yourself, what would a resilient person do in this situation? This simple question can help you detach from doubt and focus on constructive action. Finally, consider keeping a resilience journal. At the end of each day, write down the challenges you faced and how you responded to them. Reflect on what went well, what you learned, and how you can improve. Over time, this practice will help you see patterns in your behavior, celebrate your progress, and build a stronger, more resilient mindset. By embracing challenges as opportunities for growth, you align yourself with the Stoic belief that adversity is not an obstacle but a teacher. This mindset not only helps you overcome doubt, but also equips you with the mental toughness to thrive in an unpredictable world. Next, we'll explore how practicing compassion for yourself and others can further enhance your Stoic journey. Now, let's shift our focus to the 24th Stoic strategy, practicing compassion for yourself and others. While Stoicism is often associated with toughness and resilience, it also deeply values kindness and understanding. The Stoics believe that true strength comes not from hardening your heart but from cultivating empathy, both for yourself and those around you. This practice is especially powerful when it comes to overcoming self-doubt, as it helps you replace harsh self-criticism with a more balanced and forgiving perspective. Compassion, in the Stoic sense, begins with self-compassion. Many of us are quick to judge ourselves harshly when we make mistakes or fall short of our goals. But the Stoics remind us that we are human, and imperfection is part of the human experience. Instead of berating yourself for a failure, try to approach your shortcomings with the same kindness you'd offer a friend. Ask yourself, what would I say to someone I care about in this situation? Often, you'll find that your inner dialogue becomes gentler and more constructive. One practical exercise to build self-compassion is writing a letter of forgiveness to yourself. Take a moment to reflect on a recent mistake or moment of self-doubt. Write down what happened, how it made you feel, and why you're holding on to guilt or regret. Then, write a response as if you were comforting a close friend. Acknowledge the mistake, but also remind yourself of your strength, your efforts, and your capacity to grow. This simple act can help you release self-doubt and foster a healthier relationship with yourself. But Stoic compassion doesn't stop at self-forgiveness, it extends to others as well. The Stoics believe that everyone is doing the best they can with the knowledge and resources they have. When someone acts in a way that frustrates or hurts you, try to see their actions through the lens of understanding rather than judgment. Ask yourself, what might they be struggling with? What could I learn from this situation? This shift in perspective not only reduces conflict but also helps you build stronger, more empathetic relationships. Another way to practice compassion is through small, intentional acts of kindness. Whether it's offering a listening ear, helping someone in need, or simply expressing gratitude, these actions reinforce the Stoic idea that we are all connected. By focusing on the well-being of others, you also shift your attention away from your own doubts and insecurities, creating a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Finally, remember that compassion is a skill that grows with practice. Just as you train your mind to be resilient, you can train it to be kinder to yourself and to others. Over time, this practice will not only reduce self-doubt, but also help you navigate life's challenges with greater ease and grace. By embracing compassion, you align yourself with the Stoic belief that true strength lies in understanding and empathy. Next, we'll explore the final strategy in our list, remembering the bigger picture. This powerful Stoic practice helps us put our doubts into perspective and find meaning in the grander scheme of life. Now, as we approach the final strategy, let's take a step back and consider the bigger picture. The 25th Stoic strategy is all about zooming out to see life's broader context. This practice is a powerful tool for overcoming doubt because it reminds us that our struggles, while significant in the moment, are just a small part of a much larger tapestry. The Stoics believe that by shifting our perspective, we can find clarity, peace, and even meaning in the face of uncertainty. Imagine standing on a mountaintop, looking out over a vast landscape. From that height, the details of your daily life, your worries, your doubts, your challenges seem almost insignificant compared to the grandeur of the world around you. This is the essence of the Stoic practice of zooming out. It's about recognizing that your life is just one thread in the intricate fabric of the universe. When you feel overwhelmed by doubt, this perspective can help you regain your footing and see your problems in a new light. One way to practice this is by reflecting on the cosmos. The Stoics often look to the stars as a reminder of how small and fleeting human life is in the grand scheme of things. Marcus Aurelius, for example, wrote about the vastness of the universe and how it put his own struggles into perspective. He reminded himself that even the most powerful rulers and empires would one day fade into history, just as the stars burn out over time. By contemplating the scale of the cosmos, you can begin to see your doubts as temporary and manageable rather than all-consuming. Another way to zoom out is by considering the sweep of history. Think about the countless generations that have come before you, each facing their own challenges and uncertainties. The Stoics believed that by studying history, we can learn from the resilience and wisdom of those who came before us. Their stories remind us that doubt is a universal experience and that it's possible to overcome it with courage and perseverance. When you feel stuck, ask yourself, how will this moment look in 10 years or 100? Often, you'll find that what feels like a crisis today will one day be just a footnote in your life story. This practice isn't about dismissing your feelings or minimizing your struggles. It's about finding balance. By zooming out, you can acknowledge the weight of your doubts while also recognizing that they don't define you or your future. This shift in perspective can help you approach challenges with a sense of calm and purpose, knowing that you're part of something much larger than yourself. As we wrap up this exploration of Stoic strategies, remember that overcoming doubt isn't about eliminating it entirely. It's about learning to navigate it with wisdom and resilience. By practicing these 25 strategies, you're not just building tools for managing doubt, you're cultivating a mindset that empowers you to face life's uncertainties with confidence and grace. And now, as we conclude, let's take a moment to reflect on how these practices can come together to create a more resilient, grounded, and fulfilling life. Now, as we move into the final stretch of our journey, let's focus on a bonus strategy that ties everything together: applying Stoic principles consistently. While learning these strategies is a great start, the real power lies in making them a regular part of your life. Consistency is key when it comes to overcoming doubt, and the Stoics knew this well. They didn't just preach philosophy, they lived it day in and day out. So how can you do the same? One practical way to stay consistent is by setting reminders throughout your day. For example, you could use your phone to schedule short moments of reflection or mindfulness. These reminders don't have to be long, just a few minutes to pause, breathe, and bring your focus back to what you can control. Over time, these small habits can add up, helping you build mental resilience and keep doubt at bay. Another powerful approach is to join a philosophy group or community. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals who are also exploring Stoicism can provide support, accountability, and fresh perspectives. Whether it's an in-person meetup or an online forum, sharing your journey with others can make the practice feel less isolating and more enriching. Plus, discussing Stoic ideas with others can deepen your understanding and help you apply them more effectively in your own life. You might also consider creating a Stoic journal. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to reflect on how you applied Stoic principles. Did you focus on what you could control? Did you practice gratitude or detach from an outcome? Writing these reflections down not only reinforces the lessons but also helps you track your progress over time. It's a simple yet powerful way to stay committed to your practice. Finally, remember that consistency doesn't mean perfection. There will be days when doubt creeps in, and that's okay. The Stoics weren't immune to uncertainty either. What set them apart was their commitment to returning to their principles, no matter how many times they stumbled. So, if you find yourself slipping, don't be too hard on yourself. Instead, use it as an opportunity to recommit and grow. By integrating these strategies into your daily routine, you're not just learning Stoicism, you're living it. And that's where the true transformation happens. Consistency turns philosophy into practice, and practice turns doubt into strength. So, take these tools, make them your own, and watch as they help you navigate life's uncertainties with greater clarity and confidence. Now, let's turn our attention to another powerful way to strengthen your Stoic practice, learning from the role models who lived these principles. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus weren't just philosophers. They were individuals who faced real challenges, doubts, and uncertainties, just like we do today. Their lives and writings offer timeless lessons that can inspire and guide us in our own journeys. Take Marcus Aurelius, for example. As a Roman emperor, he carried the weight of an empire on his shoulders. Yet his personal writings in Meditations reveal a man constantly wrestling with doubt, fear, and the pressures of leadership. Instead of letting these emotions overwhelm him, he used Stoic principles to ground himself. He reminded himself daily to focus on what he could control, to act with virtue, and to accept the impermanence of life. His struggles and his resilience remind us that even the most powerful among us face doubt, and that it's how we respond that matters. Then there's Seneca, a philosopher and advisor to Emperor Nero. Seneca's life was far from perfect. He faced exile, political intrigue, and the constant threat of betrayal. Yet, through it all, he maintained a Stoic mindset, emphasizing the importance of inner peace and self-discipline. In his letters, he often wrote about the futility of worrying over external events and the need to cultivate inner strength. His ability to find calm amidst chaos is a testament to the power of Stoic principles in action. And let's not forget Epictetus, who began his life as a slave. Despite his circumstances, he rose to become one of the most influential Stoic teachers. Epictetus taught that our power lies not in changing the world around us, but in changing how we perceive and respond to it. His teachings remind us that doubt and adversity are not obstacles to our happiness, they are opportunities to practice resilience and wisdom. What makes these figures so inspiring is their humanity. They weren't perfect and they didn't claim to have all the answers. Instead, they showed us that doubt is a natural part of life and that it's possible to face it with courage and clarity. By studying their lives and writings, we can find practical examples of how to apply Stoic principles in our own struggles. So, how can you learn from these role models? Start by reading their works, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, Letters from a Stoic by Seneca, and the Discourses of Epictetus are all accessible and filled with wisdom. As you read, reflect on how their experiences mirror your own. What lessons can you take from their lives? How can their words help you navigate your doubts and challenges? By connecting with these Stoic role models, you're not just learning philosophy, you're drawing inspiration from individuals who walked the path before you. Their stories remind us that doubt is universal, but so is the capacity to overcome it. Let their lives guide you as you continue to build your own Stoic practice. Now, let's take everything we've explored so far and turn it into something tangible, a personal Stoic toolkit. Think of this as your go-to resource, a collection of practices, quotes, and reminders that you can rely on whenever doubt creeps in. The beauty of creating your own toolkit is that it's tailored to your unique needs and experiences, making it a powerful ally in your Stoic journey. Start by gathering your favorite Stoic quotes. These could be passages from Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, or Epictetus that resonate deeply with you. For example, you might include Marcus Aurelius' reminder that you have power over your mind, not outside events, or Seneca's advice to associate with people who are likely to improve you. Write these down in a notebook, save them on your phone, or even create a vision board with them. The key is to have these words easily accessible so they can serve as quick reminders of Stoic wisdom when you need them most. Next, add practical exercises to your toolkit. These could be daily habits like journaling, where you reflect on your thoughts and actions through a Stoic lens. You might also include mindfulness practices, such as taking a few moments each day to focus on your breath and ground yourself in the present. Another powerful exercise is negative visualization, spending a few minutes imagining worst-case scenarios and planning how you'd respond with resilience and virtue. These exercises don't have to be complicated, they just need to be consistent and meaningful to you. Don't forget to include reminders that help you stay aligned with your values. For instance, you could set daily alarms with prompts like, "What's within my control today?" or "Am I acting with virtue in this moment?" These small nudges can help you stay focused on what truly matters, even when life feels overwhelming. Finally, make your toolkit personal. Add elements that reflect your own experiences and challenges. Maybe you include a list of past successes where you overcame doubt, or perhaps you create a gratitude section where you jot down things you're thankful for each day. The more your toolkit reflects your life, the more effective it will be in helping you navigate doubt. By creating a personal Stoic toolkit, you're not just collecting tools, you're building a system of support that grows with you. It's a way to keep Stoic principles alive in your daily life, ensuring that you're always prepared to face doubt with clarity and courage. So, take some time this week to start compiling your toolkit. What quotes inspire you? What practices ground you? What reminders keep you focused? Your toolkit is your own, and it's waiting for you to bring it to life. Now that we've walked through these 25 Stoic strategies, it's clear that overcoming doubt isn't about eliminating it entirely. It's about building the tools and mindset to face it head-on. From focusing on what you can control to practicing gratitude, detaching from outcomes, and creating your own Stoic toolkit, each strategy offers a unique way to strengthen your resilience and clarity. Together, they form a powerful framework for navigating life's uncertainties with confidence and purpose. Remember, Stoicism isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about showing up every day, even when doubt tries to hold you back, and choosing to act with virtue and intention. These strategies aren't just ideas, they're practices you can start applying right now. Whether it's journaling in the morning, reflecting on your values, or simply taking a moment to breathe and ground yourself, every small step adds up. So, what's next? I encourage you to pick one or two strategies that resonate with you and start incorporating them into your daily life. Maybe it's practicing negative visualization to prepare for challenges, or perhaps it's creating a gratitude ritual to shift your focus to what's abundant in your life. Whatever you choose, commit to it and watch how it transforms your relationship with doubt. And don't forget, this journey is yours, but you're not alone. Share your experiences in the comments below. What strategies have worked for you? What challenges are you facing? Let's build a community of support and growth where we can learn from each other and keep moving forward together. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more Stoic wisdom and practical strategies. And don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and remember, doubt may come, but with these Stoic tools, you'll always have the strength to rise above it. See you in the next video.